See, an important thing to understand what customer needs. Customer would love if you solve a problem that he's having on a regular basis. I mean, I have seen people who have built one or two great products that customer loved, and their third product customer hated. Movies, I mean, perfect example is movies. We all loved, coming from India, we all loved Shah Rukh Khan movies or Tom Cruise movies in US. I used to love those. But then there were movies we hated of these guys. So, do you think these guys didn't know what kind of movies people would like? I mean, I'm taking movies as an example because it's easier to understand. Same thing, product. I mean, we all have seen successful products made by Apple. But do people remember that there are several products people didn't even buy? I mean, not even like 100,000 customers bought those products. So I think there is no formula. I mean, it's something you have to try. You have to be willing to be humbled by the customers. I mean, what customers would love is like figuring out what gift your spouse would love. Because I have figured this out that you can never figure out what your spouse would love. So you try your best, you come up with the best option, best product, and be ready to change it, pivot. Be ready to pivot once you figure out, oh, this is not working out. Just pivot. See, an important thing to understand what customer needs. Customer would love if you solve a problem that he's having on a regular basis. But I know from reading about Steve Jobs and some of the guys like him, especially when you're coming out with a new product, a category that never existed, like Facebook. Before Facebook came out, there was of course MySpace and all, but they both started more or less at the same time. But MySpace came out first, and Facebook came out later with a better product and took over the market. I think that if you look at something like Facebook, one was that I think it was a new product. There was a problem they understood consumers like them, had. And then they kept pivoting, kept changing the product as they understood more about the client needs. So for that, being close to the customer is very important. You have to constantly build that relationship with the client so that you can understand his needs, how he's going to use it. Why in today's market, there was a time when user interface was the in thing, or was the thing that every product needed to have, or product designer or product company needed to have. Then it came user experience. Now they talk about visual designers. First it was UI, the user interface, then user experience. Now they talk about visual designers. Then they talk about product designers. I mean, you see the market's evolution. I think we all have evolved. Each product is not just now how it looks, how you interact with, how you look at it, how you actually use it in your environment. So there are various steps for any product these days, including the ones in the enterprise market. I have seen some of our clients in storage and cloud market. They have more UX designers than a UX designer studio company. I mean, we acquired a studio company, and I went to some of our clients and I said, oh, we have now a set of UX designers. If you guys like to use it, how many do you have? I said, maybe 30 or 40. Well, we have 70 or 80 all over the world. I mean, this was a cloud data management company. So, cloud data management company perhaps had less cloud engineers than UX designers or UX user experience designers. So, point I'm making is these days, customers are quite mature. So, being in touch with the client, constantly understanding his changing behavior, and pivoting your product, changing your product to suit his changing needs is very important. So that relationship that a company or a startup can build with the client, that is very essential. In my early startup days, an idea we implemented, which is still very valid, is right from, I would say, quarter two or quarter three, when the product, at least we have a MVP or POC done, we used to have customer council. We used to have a customer council. I'm talking about infrastructure markets, and we used to work. I mean, these are the people who were willing to give us their time, their mind share to help us design the product which will solve their problem. They were also getting something out of it, but they were also giving us their time early on. So that's very essential for every startup to know. At the end, you are building product not for the market but for the customers. Realize this, and customers will dictate what will come to the market.